familiar with the word insane, especially when tagged to the word people. At some point, you've undoubtedly called someone insane or crazy, either because they do things like this, or maybe because they see the world like this. If we were to get literal, the only one of those that is undoubtedly a sign of insanity is that last visual. And if we were to get closer to a down-to-earth crazy, we could speculate that the skier in the first video was thoroughly convinced he'd be able to glide down to the ground like a bird, rather than drop off a cliff like a rock. To be clinically insane, a person must be diagnosed with one of the many mental disorders that interfere with normal logic or mental processes. However, being clinically insane is not the same as legal insanity. To be legally declared insane, the mental processes and perception of the world, otherwise characterized as one's competency, has to be diminished far enough that the person cannot tell the difference between what is right and wrong. This can lead people to not realize when they've already done something wrong, and in other cases, it can be punishable by law. For both of those types, there are places for them to go as to keep the normal people out of harm's way and to help those declared insane function through life. One of those places is the Vermont State Hospital. The state hospital tends to the mentally ill who are unable to get treatment and care in other places. It serves adults with serious and persistent mental illnesses as part of a wide range of programs, functioning as a safety net for those in their care and not as a last resort. It also provides secure observation of those sent by courts in order to determine their competency. Currently, there are 3 major programs within the Department of Mental Health. 1. Community rehabilitation and treatment, which is for adults with severe and persistent mental illnesses such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and major depression. 2. Adult outpatient services, a service for adults who do not have a diagnosis of a mental ailment but are still experiencing serious emotional or behavioral problems, oftentimes to disrupt their lives. 3. Emergency services, something for anyone of any age experiencing a mental health crisis. It's available all hours of the day and every day of the year. Past the facts and walls of the hospital, you might wonder just how strange the people there are, be they legally or clinically declared unstable. To get a more personal, inside look, the best place to look for information is personal accounts from some who have dealt with that sort of behavior before. Due to certain laws, getting an actual worker to tell a story would be problematic. However, the following guest speaker has a relative who was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
One time when he was in the state hospital, this was way back before cell phones and computers, he had a pretty good grasp of the telephone system because he used it you can use it from inside the state hospital, and somehow or other he got the phone number to Ian Anderson, this is his personal home phone number. He is a leader of a 1960s, 70s, and 80s rock band that my brother was obsessed with. The name of the band is Jethro Tull. They do kind of fantasy rock sort of thing. And anyways, then there's a religious aspect to his music that's a little dark. Anyways, my brother obsessed with him and actually was able to, from the state hospital telephone that you put nickels and dimes in, an old-fashioned thing, he was able to get Ian Anderson's home phone number in England, whatever town he lives in over there, or Scotland, I think. I forget which country he's from, but at any rate, he got a hold of him. And he kept calling him. And I guess somebody from Ian Anderson's, or maybe Ian himself called up the state hospital and says, keep this guy off the phone. He keeps calling me. He's bugging me. I don't know how he got my number, but he can't do this anymore. So, yes, apparently his insanity knows no boundaries, international or otherwise.
Remember, the next time you call someone crazy, you're putting them on the same level as a person who thinks their best friend is an old rock star.